You mentioned earlier about the impact on relationships, because I imagine many people wouldn't expect that losing weight would affect their relationships, and other than a really positive way.
Yeah, look, this is a case-by-case situation, and I mean, look, I hesitate to answer this. Look, I'll just be honest. The fact is that for some people, it's devastating, right, to their world. Like, imagine, for example, that you're 30, 40 kilos overweight, your partner's 30, 40 kilos overweight, your friends are, most of your family is. I mean, I'm just making a really extreme example, but I mean, that's not that uncommon. But, anyway, imagine someone like that wanted to lose weight, right? And what that is, every family event you go to, everyone's eating, everyone's encouraging everyone to eat, everyone's like, we're all in this together. We're all eating this way. And then everyone's got the same level of self-esteem. They've got the same level of encouragement from everyone to just like, we're all going to just indulge like this and live this fat lifestyle together. And we're not going to try and change it because it's too hard. And we all just, we're all just living in this low level of health here. So a huge problem is in partners. If one partner wants to lose weight, one doesn't, and they're just not ready to do that, and they're not ready to give up all their treasured foods, and they just don't want to make that change. And it can really badly affect relationships. And that's a decision that some people have to make for themselves, of how much they want to affect those things. That quote basically says that, people grow together or they grow apart. The fact is that if you're growing and changing as you should, and that person's kind of just staying down, and they want to keep you down there because they don't want to grow, that's a real problem. And this is why 95% of people don't keep weight off in the long term, is because if your environment doesn't support it, there's a very, very low chance that it will work. Unless you're strong enough to either, one, change your entire social environment, or stay in it and tolerate that. And see, it's not even about you either. I'm saying it's this. I mean, as you can sort of see from what we're saying, it's about the fact that they feel bad about themselves when they see you and your success, and that's not about you. I mean, they'll make it about you, and how you've changed and all this, but the fact is that it's like, you've changed, and that makes me feel bad about myself, and I should be doing something about it. I know I should. I'm desperate to make this change as well, but I just can't seem to do it, or whatever the case may be. Look, I mean, if all you're trying to do is lose 5 kilos and everyone else is trim around you and is healthy, then that's on the other end of the spectrum. What I was saying, you do it, your whole environment is happy for it, and now you've caught up to where everyone else is. Then your environment's just going to celebrate it and support it. And it really wasn't that big of a deal anyway. It was only a couple of kilos, so which can be hard to get off and keep off. But again, you can see that the environment supports it and celebrates it. When you go out, everyone's kind of health conscious and is not constantly going to Hungry Jacks and eating unhealthy food. So the answer, I would say, is depends massively on the degree of the problem, and how much of the social environment is like that. Definitely a huge problem, partners and those sort of common social activities, and how food is interacted with in those communities. But as far as how to deal with it, I mean, the hard answer is some relationships you're going to really pull away from altogether. If they're not willing to support who you want to be going forward, or if they're threatened by it, some of those people just got to go, unfortunately. If you can still find a way to appreciate each other and connect on different levels, but if your values are changing, you're caring about your health and your body and your wellness and your longevity and living your life to the fullness, that you can in the vessel that you live within, and someone else is like doesn't want to, they just want to indulge in pleasure and abuse their vessel. Those lifestyles are going to diverge a lot. And that's the other thing, what I mean? Your interests change, your desires change, how you want to spend your time changes, and it's going to have an effect, and so you either got to pull them along with you, or come together and inspire each other and move forward with that project together, or you just kind of grow apart. Before it gets too bad, you might actually sit down and talk about that, and like, this is important to me, so I hope it's important to you, and there's going to have to be some degree where they come along with you, and maybe they don't have to come all the way with you, but look, communication and connection is everything in relationships. So, and understanding how, look, I'm changing and I want to change and I want to stay changed. So we're going to make this work. So so again, it's an individual thing, but have a chat with the people in your life, have an open, honest, connected conversation, which, it requires a lot of health and self-awareness from the person in the relationship. I mean, if we're talking about relationships here, that, they say that any relationship is only as healthy as the least healthy person. Right? So if they've got major self-esteem issues and a huge lack of self-awareness, then they're not realizing that the reason that they're upset with you and they keep fighting is because they're feeling insecure about the fact that you're getting your shit together. They'll blame you in all sorts of different ways, and if they can't identify that their own emotional response and the reasons for that and where that comes from, that relationship just cannot be improved. To the degree that they can increase in their own self-awareness and realign their own journey with you, is the extent to which that is salvageable. Not a lot of good news there with that one. But you know what? Look, the reason why this project is so rare, it's so rare to achieve this thing over the long term, is because of these factors that are not fun.